Have you ever wondered what it would be like to Shane Dawson some cats? What am I doing? I literally just started the video and I'm already talking about people fucking cats. Anyways, if you've ever wanted to become your very own Jeffrey Epstein, then you're in luck. Because in Mewgenics, that's exactly who you are. In Mewgenics, you are in control of all of the cats in your house. Meaning you can force them to, shall we say, evolve. By now, you've either seen or heard of Mewgenics. I mean, it's literally everywhere. People apparently love when cats fuck each other, but I digress. However, what's even more surprising is Mewgenics is actually created by just two guys, Edmund McMillan and Tyler Glale. I think that's how you say it. Now, I know what you must be thinking. With a freaky-odd game like this, they must be somewhere in the files. Well, unlike many other people, they're luckily nowhere to be found, which, in all honesty, is rarer these days than you would think. Going back to the creators, there's a chance you have never heard their names before. I mean, before making this video, even a guy like me hadn't heard their names, so don't feel too bad about it. You have, however, heard of some of their other work before. They're responsible for games like Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy. Well, specifically my boy Edmund is. Quick side note to all of you Binding Isaac diehards, but he actually said the Mewgenics is his best game yet, so suck it. Mewgenics itself is kinda like Binding of Isaac and Pokemon had a baby. Honestly, there are better comparisons than Pokemon, but I don't know what any of the fucking games Steam told me were kinda like Mewgenics, so it's the best I could do. I mean, Steam defines it as a turn-based tactics roguelike, so just think of something like that. Now, in full transparency, I've only been playing Mewgenics for about a week, probably more once this video comes out, and I've loved every second of it, which is weird because I do not like cats. They're demons. The demon! Now, despite everything I've said till now, Mewgenics isn't just about thrusting cats, though, yes, it is very important. It's about traversing different maps and essentially fighting to the death. Essentially, your house contains a plethora of different cats. Rich and loving cats that you breed yourself, or poor cats that you save from the streets for, tax write-offs. Don't worry, I keep my cats class separated just as the government intended, so we're all good.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
The name of the game is to pick 4 adult cats, not kittens, because child labor is where we draw the line. You take the 4 cats, pick classes for them, and then charge in a battle. It's really not that complicated. Sure, there are things that you want to balance like stats and team comps, but it's, again, not too complicated. That is, until you get to the breeding. Back to cats having sex. I won't go into too much detail about it, but essentially what happens is you look at your cat's stats and you see what you want to pass down from those stats, and then you have to balance the family tree to make sure there's not inbreeding, to balance mutations versus the stats, but it's kind of just a whole ordeal, you understand. The actual gameplay of Mewgenics is turn-based combat. You pick different actions like moving, attacking, and using different abilities based on your classes, items, etc. to, well, mow everything on the screen down. And as simple and easy as that might sound, I promise you it's anything but. You have to balance your health and items between rounds as you go through different choice areas that affect your cats out of combat, as well as worry about collecting coins and food that you need to take back home so that those poor strays you save don't die. On top of that, you also have a mini boss every half stage and then a full boss at the end of every stage. It's basically a constant chess battle that virtually always seems unwinnable, but god damn it am I hooked. And honestly, that seems to be the consensus with the vast majority of people who have played Mewgenics. People love everything from the music, to the gameplay, to the progression, to giving their cats PCP.
You take drugs or alcohol?
What is drugs?
Outside of just the combat and cat evolving, there are also different NPCs that you interact with throughout the game that essentially count as meta progression. It's nothing too crazy. I mean, we have a shop owner, a mad scientist, and our very own cat Epstein. No, that's not a joke. You literally can only get his upgrades by giving him baby cats. And on top of that, his name is Tink. So do with that information what you will. As far as the story of Mewgenics goes, there really isn't one. You're essentially just woken up by a mad scientist that I guess is supposed to represent somebody like Dr. Frankenstein. Well, if they were a PetSmart shoplifter.
I think I'm about to steal!
After he wakes you up, essentially he just calls you a quick slur, a cat lover, and then boom, you take over what I guess is an abandoned house and start the game. It's really nothing crazy. Mewgenics leaves a lot of ambiguity in their story, and honestly it does just feel right. The game's kind of random, so it makes sense for the story to follow suit. Also, this doesn't really matter to the story at all, but for some reason, Mewgenics has an insane amount of celebrity voice actors, which is also just kind of random, so that's cool. Since I started playing Mewgenics, I've honestly had mixed emotions. Not on how much I enjoy it, because don't get me wrong, it's amazing, but rather on my actual emotional state. Wait a second, my average viewer probably doesn't have the IQ to understand that. Let me break it down for you. Essentially, you have one really good run, then wham, you get folded like a lawn chair for the next 2 hours. I mean, you are constantly battling your own mental fortitude because every loss realistically is your own fault. I mean, everything is literally of your own creation, all the way from picking your own cats, to picking your classes, to picking your items, to picking your moves, to how you use them. I mean, it's literally all built by you. So when you lose and lose and lose and lose until you essentially become the ultimate loser, it's a mental battle for sure. But holy shit, is it addicting. I mean, it's honestly insane. Somehow they've taken this wacky cat concept, turned it into a chess-like brawler thing, and made it addicting as fuck. It's a genuine masterpiece. On top of that, they also have one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my entire life. I mean, listen to these songs, they are bangers through and through. All in all, Mewgenics is a strategic, brutal, cat fucking masterpiece. It's oddly disturbing with, you know, the thrusting, but also weirdly satisfying. So if you enjoy games that, you know, psychologically dismantle your brain while also forcing you to micromanage the worst pet imaginable, then this might just be your thing.
Bonus clip!
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?